Young people, the future of the nation, the future of the world. Every child deserves an equal opportunity in that future, but sometimes fate intervenes to create unexpected challenges for new parents.
It seems like we were not connecting as mother to child, Like the first time when I started changing him while we were in hospital, it was like he was in his own world. He was not responding to what I was doing to him. It was like he was staring. He was not with me, like physically. He was elsewhere, out there. And he didn't cry. He didn't make any noises that normal babies do.
I've got two others who grew up normally. So obviously when you have an experience of a normal child, you can tell, when a baby is supposed to sit, walk, crawl, all those normal things that other kids do.
Whereas normal children soon learn to interact with their peers, an autistic child is characterized by impaired social interaction.
Like when you watch him playing with other children, you'll notice that he's not actually playing with them. He's playing amongst them. He is not doing what they're doing. He's doing his own thing, but amongst them,
Areas such as Orlando West in Soweto have long been deprived of the institutions needed to address the special needs of autistic children. But the city of Johannesburg has stepped in to alleviate the situation. A number of specialized schools have been established and adopted by the city's health department. The Tula Sizwe School for Autism was recently the venue for an event to raise autism awareness.
Let me emphasize the cementing for partnership between the school and the City of Johannesburg's Department of Health. Let me emphasize the importance of partnership between all of us and government.
We know that autism is a complicated condition. No two people on the spectrum are ever the same. In this school, we have 64 children. None of them are the same. You cannot do one approach with one child. You cannot look at one child and go, okay, this is quite clearly autism, because the next child will come through the door who presents very, very differently.
Special challenges in teaching these kids is communication. Communication is a challenge because learners with autism, they are mostly impaired in communication and socialization skills. So it's difficult to reach them, but with the training that we had, we are able to teach them.
You just suddenly have to deal with the simple fact that your child is not an average child. They have special needs, and you have to train them in a very special way. So yeah, I could say it's a challenge, not difficult, but it's a challenge.
First it was difficult, but now that we know everything about autism and how to communicate with Wanda, it's a much easier, it's a blessing really, but it's difficult at times.
It is challenging. In a sense, you cannot be able to put him in a box. You cannot be able to predict that this is how he's going to behave. He behaves in opposite with other children. He lives in his own world. He has got his own fantasies, and he acts those fantasies at his own time.
They are quite extreme, They can be, how can I put it, unknowledgeable and extremely knowledgeable. With my child specifically, he can operate a music system like a professional, if I may put it that way.
I think with God, he's got his eyes everywhere. So he opens a window and look to our houses. And then I think he chose our house and other people with autism kids, that if I put this child here, he'll be taken care of. It was sad and at the same time like, wow, we're special. God gave us a special child. How can we say, God, why me? If not me, then who? God says, and then so we accept anything that God gives us. He's a child at the end of the day. We love him like all the children.
Every morning when I wake up, I'm looking forward to a new day, because I know that with him, there's something new and something positive that's going to come out of him. He's a blessing. I don't see him as a burden, but I see him as a blessing because I learned to accept and have a clear view of life, because I can hear, I can communicate, I can tell you how I feel. He can't.
People cannot understand children like this. They need you as a parent. So if you cannot understand your child, who else?
I cannot describe how special he is. He's everything to me. He's more than a friend. He's more than a brother. I couldn't wish for more. He's the best.
To all the parents with autism children, please love those kids, give them all the love you have, and then let's unite. One child is everybody's child. It's not only my child. And even the siblings, the family, the people outside the autism children, please love our kids. They are not naughty. They're just autistic.